guys, it's Megan with Sawgrass, and I have an empty seat next to me. That's because our friend Jesse in production will be joining us soon to do some Facebook Live stuff for Creative Studio. But right now, what we're planning to do today is, last week we did a bunch of walkthroughs that were rather lengthy because we did a lot of question and answering. And as always, I'm going to be monitoring your questions on Facebook via my phone. But for right now, what I want to do is just give you a quick tutorial. We're going to do today several short, quick tutorials for you guys to follow on our new Creative Studio. So let's just jump into it. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for shorter videos, so that's what today is all about. What we're going to do right now is jump into the proper migration from the old Creative Studio to the new Creative Studio. So let's head into the old version. So here we're in the old version of Creative Studio. What I'm doing now is I'm going to go open up a project, open up designs, just like I did in the old version. So I'm going to head down here, pick a blank product, head to designs, where I can pull up my own designs that I've been working on. What I'm going to do here is just click on this dog tag that I want to migrate over from the old Creative Studio to the new Creative Studio. And then once that once that loads, we're gonna show you the proper way to save this. So you press save and give this file a name. So I'm naming this Christmas Dog Tag 1 because I have several Christmas dog tags that I made that I want to migrate over to the new site. So now this is saving. The next step we're going to do is press the print button once this is done saving. And there are a few steps you do from there before we end up in the new Creative Studio to bring those designs down. So once I press the print button on this and give it a unique name once again, it's going to go up to what I like to call the cloud. It's going to go up into the cloud of Creative Studio. So here, the save is complete. Okay, let's go to print. So Christmas Dog Tag 1, I'm going to name it that again, press OK. And now what's happening is it's getting ready to load as if it's about to save as a download for my VPM, like you're normally used to when using the old Creative Studio. So once this is done saving, it's going to pop up this Save Complete, click here to print. We're going to click that. And as you see, it then populates as a download right up here on my computer. But we no longer need that. Now it's done. Now this version of saving in the old Creative Studio, that's the first half of what we have to do to migrate over. And now we've completed this process. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reload our website so I can open up the new Creative Studio. So now I'm going to click into the new Creative Studio. So like I said, we've saved our design in the old Creative Studio. It's now gone up to the Creative Studio cloud, if you will. So now our job is to bring it back down from that Creative Studio cloud and into our new version of Creative Studio. So this is our home page of Creative Studio that I'm in right now. What I'm going to do is head over to Galleries. And this is where we can start importing stuff from the old Creative Studio to the new Creative Studio. Automatically, it populates with a folder called My Images. You can add other photos from here on out. I'm going to keep adding stuff in the My Images folder, so I'm going to click there. Helen says her wish list, change in the save and print process and having to rename my designs over and over again. Yeah, Helen, in the new Creative Studio, it's no longer that way, but that is the old Creative Studio and how we have to migrate designs over. So wish granted, the new Creative Studio is not like that. Okay, so back to what we were doing, we're gonna add an image, and that's gonna pop up this extra screen. We're gonna go to Legacy Creative Studio. We're gonna click that, and this is where we're going to start grabbing our design from the cloud. You see there's a lot of designs here because I've done a lot of printing and pressing. So we need to go to the Christmas dog tag. And here it is, Christmas dog tag 1. I know it's a little bit hard to see. And yes, we know it's slightly inconvenient that you cannot see the actual image. But here, as long as you give your design a unique name, it will save and you will be able to find it. And as you see, I've been able to find it within seconds. Tara Butler Rose. Hi, Tara. Okay, so we're going to press, now that we've selected our design, we are going to press import. And the great thing about this is you can select multiple designs at a time and import them all at once. We are only doing one right now, but we could have potentially done more. So we're going to hit save. Now it's going to take a second to load, and this image has now come down from the CreativeStudio cloud into the My Images gallery. And you notice these are all coming in at very different sizes, and yes, please be aware that all of these are now flattened PNG files. They are no longer editable designs. If you want to keep the general layout of a design but change the wording down the line, we suggest that you get rid of the fonts beforehand so you can layer new fonts on top of it when you bring it down into the new CreativeStudio. So let's just go over this one more time. You go to migrate your designs, go into the old CreativeStudio, give it a unique name when saving and printing, press the click here to print button so it downloads to your computer. You then head over to the new CreativeStudio, go into Galleries, select a folder, and press Add Images. At that time, you can find your design, click Import, then Save, and it'll be put down into your images as a flattened PNG file. And it looks like a few of you have some more comments and questions. So before we go, because like I said, this is going to be a very short video, so people who want to watch it later can play it back later and quickly get information. How can you save and transfer and import more than one design? Maria, you're going to be able to click all the multiple boxes at once and then press import, and it should import multiple ones at one time. Emily, yes, you can save your images from the old CreativeStudio and open them in new CreativeStudio and download them all at once. Yes, you have to save them individually because that's how saving worked in the old CreativeStudio. But when it comes time to bring them all down from that CreativeStudio cloud, you can press multiple ones at a time and hit import, and it will import multiple designs at one time. All right, guys. Does the new CreativeStudio have blank designs like the old version? Maria, yeah, I know you've commented on a few of our videos. I know you've seen a few. Yes, we do have blanks in our new CreativeStudio. However, not all of them are brought over because of popularity and demand. So we've been asking people if you do not see a blank that you want from the old CreativeStudio that you work on and it's not in the new one, creativestudio.support.sawgrassinc.com is where you can put in a request for new blanks to be put into the new CreativeStudio. Thank you guys for your questions. We're going to sign off. In a few minutes, we'll be signing back on with some new information about some other items within CreativeStudio, but we wanted to keep this short for people to watch in playback. So thanks for joining us. Hope you learned something, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Bye.